Women have been attending NFL games to impress their male partners for ages. We don't like these things. Men will only go to support men events. Men will not go to
I
support
actually think
women
this is like
events.
the most false thing
And
ever
no,
for my
it's not.
generation.
Bridge, I'm telling you, statistically, it's
Maybe
true.
for your generation, not for mine.
I have never believed in buying tickets for live events. I've raised my kids in New York City. We've never been to a sporting show. We've never been to a Broadway show. We've never been to like Disney on Ice or anything because it's all felt so expensive, so wasteful. I'm not sure what it adds up to. And why do that when you can be home doing an extra math quiz?
I have told you about live events, Mom, for years now.
No, but
Years.
are they worth it? I don't know. I mean, recently I've been to a live event that changed my mind, but 22 years
You're a
I
live
held
event
firm.
performer.
Yeah.
Now I am. That's a different matter. My events are very educational, to be honest. Ask the moms; they'll tell
And
you
also
that.
therapeutic.
And offer therapy cheaper than therapy. True, true, true. But a lot of live events out there are very expensive and prohibitively. You know how bridge and those concerts are dangerous. Stampedes happen at these things. That's how I've been watching them, and I've been thinking, no, my kids don't need to be a part of it. But I am open to the idea that I may maybe be wrong, and maybe there is another point of view. This is the Zarna Garg family podcast, and let me not waste any time and introduce the whole family. My husband of 27 years, Shalab Garg, Wall Street veteran, also known as Finance Dad Podcast. My daughter who just finished college, Zoya Garg. My son who is in college, Bridge Garg. And my middle schooler, Veer Garg. So, what do we think about live events? Do we care about them? Do we want to prioritize them? Do we budget for them? Or be honest. Be honest. Do you have friends who go to a lot of them? Do you have friends who make you feel FOMO when you're not allowed to go? Because for 22 years, you were not allowed to go to anything. And
Wait.
then we ended up at Madison Square Garden, and my mind was like, okay, maybe this is not as egregiously bad as I thought.
I have an alternate perspective. People talk about live events as if they should just be thrown around. You should be going to one every weekend. I think that if you use a live event as the same way you would give a gift, it can be beneficial because some people prefer memories over materialistic things. And I think that, for example, for a Christmas thing, a lot of families give each other tickets to basketball games. I think that being able to have an experience rather than going directly getting a new like designer bag can be very, very healthy. I
Would
think it's a good
travel be a
idea.
live event too?
How
is
is
travel
travel
a live
a
event?
live event?
Because it's an
guess.
event of your life that you're experiencing.
No, Dad. A live event is you buy a ticket to go see a performance.
I see.
And
And
that,
that performance can be anything. So it can
by
be
the way, men who watch this pod, a performance is what a sports game is. A sports game is a performance.
Nobody's debating that.
No, because men will act like watching sports is like watching war, and it's like you need to track every player, track every point, track all season games. It is a performance. There is no difference between watching a sports game and women watching, I don't know, British Bake Off. It's
I
all
disagree.
a TV show.
I disagree
It's all
completely.
I
a
mean, that is
show.
just
Hold on.
ridiculous.
Wait,
So
wait,
that,
hold
that
on.
comparison
Why
is
would
not.
you
that
want to disagree?
comparison
She's
is terrible.
completely
I
right.
mean,
She's completely
on.
right, but comparing it to Great British Bake Off is ridiculous. It's the same thing as watching like a dance performance. That I agree with. Those are the same. But like
how
comparing
is that
those
even
to
the
a
same
story-
zone?
Wait,
Bridge?
How is
oh
it
yeah.
different?
Oh,
I don't
okay, hold on.
understand.
I think
It's just-
those are the same.
It's a
How?
theatrical
Or watching
event.
like a theatrical event, like watching Hamilton. Hamilton is just as it's the same type of performance. They're both performances. Watching a
But
football
why
game or
is
watching
British
But
Bake
one is
Off
a
not the
competitive
same
performance
thing?
that leads to a result.
Hamilton's a competitive performance as well, but
How?
because you have to compete with people to get on that stage in front of everybody. It's not as simple as just like you get hired, right? It's not like a movie or even for a movie, right? You're competing with every other wannabe Broadway star in the world.
But
the
it's
same
not
way you do
inherently
football
a
or basketball.
competition. I'm saying that British Bake Off is a competition. Someone wins in the end, and
No,
many
but
people
Great
lose.
British Bake Off, first of all, is 100% rigged. Everybody knows that. Second of
No,
all,
it's not.
second
And
of
also,
all-
sports games are rigged.
also,
Sports
also,
games are rigged all the time.
Great British Bake Off isn't live. It's
Do you
not
know
a
what
live
Tom
event.
Brady did
Hold
when
on,
he was
this whole-
playing and then he retired and
wait,
unretired?
Mom,
Do you know
the
what he's
topic-
done?
I love
topic-
Tom Brady.
Topic is live events.
Great British Bake Off isn't a live event.
Okay,
It's
that's
not
fine.
live.
That's fair. That's fair.
Also, hold
But
on.
if
Not
you
only
watch
that,
that-
I have one other thing. A lot of people who watch sports are obviously sports players. Like I play basketball myself. I'll watch a basketball game. You can improve a lot of things by your craft and learn a lot of new things by watching a game.
But you don't have to watch it live. You can watch it on YouTube.
Either way, I mean, if you're watching the highlights
The
of
same
the
The
thing
game,
with
topic is
Dan
live games, right? You
Hamilton.
pay for a ticket.
I
and watch it
agree.
live.
I agree, but the
Or-
comparison has to be equal.
Okay, but the
I mean,
question
we
is,
count golf as a sport. Like, why are we like these are all
golf is a
literal-
sport.
How is golf not a sport?
Golf
Golf is the least sporty sport out of all the sports.
Didi was a
Golf-
captain. Zoya, do you agree with
Oh,
that?
I
Golf-
actually can't stand this.
Golf and table tennis are the two sports that
My
I
God,
mean,
I
the
can't
only-
stand this.
What?
I can't stand this. No, I can't stand this because you don't understand what a sport is then. A sport, a competition requires a few minutes of your excellence, right? That's what it means to compete. And that's true across all verticals, right? In the end, mom can do 1,000 reps on random stages practicing, but in the end, what people will remember will be the 45 tight minutes of performance that she has put out in excellence, right? That is
Yeah.
what a sport is. Golf, in that way, golf players who really treat golf at the highest level, like if you look at Tiger Woods had abs, man. Like that man was really, really strong, and he would train like a basketball athlete, but in the way that would improve his golf performance. No, he would. If you look at Tiger Woods' training schedule, you wouldn't believe it. You would not believe it. Because in those 5 minutes of excellence
Also-
that he needs to put out, he needed to be the strongest, most focused. That is what a sport is.
Yeah,
And
but
so I'm
golf
tired.
golf is
Also-
not.
Also, first of all, that's the number one like player in the entirety of golf. You chose in the history of golf is Tiger Woods. So it's
Yeah.
because you're comparing his routine to the worst NBA player, out of all of the basketball players, the worst guy. His routine is going to be much more intensive than Tiger Woods when it comes to physicality. Mentally or studying film, you can make an argument, of course, but physicality, it definitely goes there. Two other points I want to make if we're on the topic of sports, which is such a side tangent from live events, but whatever, is one of my teachers made the argument to me once, which I thought was really interesting. And he said a sport can only be a sport to him if there requires some sort of team component in which not one player can control. For example, if you're LeBron James, you can be the best in the world, the best of whatever. You can be Curry, the best shooter, best of whatever, the best player in the history of the game. But if your team isn't good enough, you still lose. And you have to show what it means to be a leader, what it means to be somebody who can take their team and make the players around them better in order for your team to win and not just you.
But golf is the same way. If you bridge the Gargs go golfing, which let us know if you want to see that. If the Gargs go golfing and Veer scores a terrible score for the 18-hole round and Bridge scores an incredible score, the team score is what matters in the end. It's the same thing.
Wait,
Is that even a thing? I thought it was
Yes,
just
it
I
is.
thought golf is a solo
like,
sport.
I thought
golf is
Tiger
not
Woods.
a solo
So
sport.
who's on Tiger Woods' team? Does he have like five teammates?
I'm not talking about Tiger Woods, but like golf players play in teams. That's how collegiate golf works.
I didn't
But
know
that's
that.
not
Okay,
the
that's
professional
Okay, wait,
golf, right?
hold
The
on.
Yes,
hold
it
on,
is.
hold on.
That is
right.
how
So-
professional golf teams play.
Okay,
as
also,
well.
I
So what
just
about,
to
like-
know
Why are we
people
talking
pay
about
money.
golf?
But then
No,
how about tennis? Tennis is a single person sport.
Or
Are you saying
swimming.
that's not a sport? Tennis or
Also, you know what else I'll say?
Or
Is-
pickleball
here's another
even.
point I'll say is a sport like basketball and football. First of all, let's talk about barrier to entry. Golf has the most ridiculous barrier to entry as a sport out of any sport I've ever seen in my life.
what does that mean?
It's not even like to even make it to the place where you can play golf is insanity. The amount of first of all, you have to spend $1,000 on golf clubs so you can even participate in the sport. Then you have to find a golf course, which usually lies within a golf club. So you either pay for an insane monthly or yearly fee for a club, or you pay $120 every single time you want to play holes, or up to like $500. So the reason I'm saying that is that when kids are born, right? You have like what, a billion kids or a million kids, whatever, just get born. The best of those kids that have the ability to be the best basketball players, most of the ones that can be the best basketball players will become the best basketball players or the best football players or the best whatever. The ones who become the best golf players, I would argue, would not actually be the ones from the age of a kid who have that potential. They're the ones who had the ability for golf, but also the means to play golf. The golf
But that's
is just
true
like
for
it's-
tennis too, Bridge.
It
Is that
is.
not-
That's
I
true
agree.
for a lot of sports. I
agree.
mean, talk
It
about
is.
skiing. Talk
it's
about
not true. It's
talk
not true for
about
team sport. Most
swimming.
team
Like
sports.
most of India does not have access to a pool. I get framed for
Yes.
saying it, but these are all, and that brings us to the bigger picture. Even true of live events, a lot of these things are very expensive things. Like we talked about how families will give each other basketball tickets. Okay, think about it as a parent. If I spend $500 on a basketball ticket for you or bought you a winter jacket, of course I'm going to buy you a winter jacket that you're going to wear all year long, even though in theory the memory of the game is worth something. But you need a jacket as you're growing.
Okay, that's
These are
different.
the
I'm
decisions that
saying
families make.
if it's Christmas and you're choosing between buying your son an Xbox or tickets to an NBA game, that there could be maybe that once in a lifetime experience is something he'll never forget, and you'll always be everly grateful
But
for that. I'm just saying,
is it true? Good question. Is it true that there's that once in a lifetime event? Is that, like, I don't know, because in
I will
Xbox you
literally,
will play with
I will
for
never,
years.
ever, ever forget Rolling Loud. Ever. Ever. That is the greatest 3 days of my life. I'll never forget that memory.
I
When I'm,
literally did
when
not
I'm,
sleep for 3 nights. I literally panicked.
Wha-
I was refreshing your location constantly. I was terrified that you're not going to be able to make it home. I was terrified that you're not going to have anything to eat. I was
is this
so
about
stressed.
you or me? What the hell are you talking? Like,
But,
this
but
is
you're
False.
my
This
kid.
is
you
also an
ask-
You were
issue.
a
This is
teenager
also
who
an
went
issue.
You're
to Rolling
asking,
Loud.
you just ask, is it gonna be the same thing? And I'm telling you right now, from someone who's been to many live events, that live event that I went to is the best moment, like one of the best moments I'll ever look back on in my entire life. It'll probably be up there with having like kids for me. That's how amazing that live moment was. It was like one of those things I think of even
Honestly,
then.
I went to a Fred again concert at Stanford, and it changed my life. Like,
no,
it
we're
changed my life.
You
No, you
guys
guys
cannot.
don't understand. It changed my life.
Every random concert is out there changing people's lives. Like just saying "change my life" doesn't change anybody's life. Like, what are you
No,
talking about?
I experienced things in that Fred again concert that I can't experience outside of the concert.
you know what changed my life? The going to the Knicks game. The first time, or I guess these last two times were also insanely special. Or let me give a little context for people watching the podcast that don't know. And I want you to speak on this after. The Zarna Garg family podcast was graciously invited to sit courtside at a Knicks game. So we went to Knicks versus Hawks, Atlanta, Knicks versus Philadelphia 76ers a few days ago. And we had a lot of fun. It was one of the best things I've ever had. A similar thing happened last year. It wasn't the whole podcast crew, but it was me, my brother, dad, and me and my mom. And that first time we went last year or the year before, I will never forget it. One of the greatest experiences I've ever had in my whole life. I truly will not forget it. And what I want to ask now, Mom, after years of trashing sports, saying that sports is like modern day gladiators, what do you have to say? Because I know you truly did enjoy the event.
I learned a few things that I was wrong about in my thinking. One is you don't need to know the sport or the players in detail to enjoy the event, because in America they make every sporting event a spectacle. There's song, there's dance, there's music, there's a flag, there was even a trivia quiz. I was losing my mind. I was like, oh my god, we could make this so Indian. We could do a biology quiz in between quarters. We could do like a math quiz. Like, the thought had never occurred to me that you can be in there and enjoy it without actually knowing everything about it. So you are right. But Veer, it does come down to cost. Like, when I talk to parents, it comes down to cost. How much money are you willing to spend in a one-off experience versus buying something that in theory is a gift or a purchase, one-time purchase, but your kid or you yourself are going to use over and over for years? The idea that it's a memory, is memory making just for rich people? I don't know. But I'm telling you that for 22 years, we never did it. Right, Shalab? We've had
To be
relatives
completely
come from
honest,
India.
I think part of it was also the fact that I did not grow up with American sports. So it's very hard to enjoy basketball or football if you didn't grow up with one of the teams. Like, the reason my boys and even so, the reason our kids enjoy it is because they grew up with it. The way I grew up with cricket, right? I did enjoy the
But
T20 game
Shalab,
that I
did
got
you
to
ever
watch.
go to a live cricket event in India? They have
At that
live
time, I didn't have the means. I grew up
right?
in a middle class
That's what I'm
family.
saying. I think live events is associated with money. Like, do you regret not ever going to a live cricket show in
Yes, I
India?
do. I do regret it. Now, as adults, I see my colleagues in India going for T20 games and enjoying them live. I see them having a lot of fun. I wish I could do that too.
If your
I will say-
parents, if your hold on, I'll let you. We'll get to you right after. If your parents had gotten you tickets to India versus Pakistan when you were a teen my age, what would that have been like for you?
It would have been really exciting, like really exciting. It would have been the most exciting thing of my life.
That's my point. I understand it comes down to costs, and I can't. I
There
can't
are
argue.
parents,
And to
though-
be honest, maybe it's a man-woman thing too, right? It's not like anybody's going out there to watch women's games.
Wait,
I also,
what did you just say?
I'm
Hold
saying
on.
that, Bridge, you tell me, are people watching women's basketball and women's football?
oh
And
my god,
Yeah.
women's basketball has never
More
been
and
more
more.
in.
Wait,
Yes.
I'm a big fan of women's basketball. That
Okay.
being said, though, I love watching it, but people don't really go to the live event for women's basketball that much. Like they don't post great sales ever. But I love watching it, and I think it's absolutely on the rise. I'm speaking specifically to women's basketball. I highly recommend people do go because I actually think women's basketball has become so much more competitive than it's ever been, and even more competitive than the NBA of the men's basketball. Because in the men's basketball, they all do these like dramatic gimmicks now to like get PR stunts or whatever that you can just. It's like you guys know what clip farming is. Have you guys ever heard of clip farming?
no,
It's the
I have no-
idea of like it's the idea that you do something knowing that somebody will record it and post you on the internet for it. So if I want to gain traction on the internet, I want people to know who I am. Maybe I'll do a certain thing in a game so that someone takes a video and posts me all over their feed. So now millions of people are looking at me and I don't even have to pay for it, right? I feel like a lot of the NBA is doing that versus the WNBA, the women's basketball is just such straight grinder. And it's like it reminds me of early 2000s basketball, which I wasn't alive for, but I watched highlights of. So I highly recommend it. But with that being said, what I will say about live events is that I know a lot of parents that budget in next season tickets. Like they will budget in tickets for sports games throughout the whole season and like sacrifice something else that they would normally spend that money on. So maybe instead of buying the expensive
Bridge, do you
groceries
think
or whatever,
Taylor
they'll
Swift
choose
really
that.
likes football, or does she not like football?
I have no idea. Like,
Or
am
do
I
you think it
supposed
was a gimmick? My point is that her being in the last season's football games, was it a publicity gimmick?
out of everybody who won out of that whole situation, the person who won the most was the NFL. The NFL did everything in their power to show her as much as they possibly could on screen. I'm guessing they wanted her to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. They probably wanted to milk Taylor Swift so much because Taylor Swift's brand is so unbelievably large. And what she did for the NFL, I hope she got paid billions for it. Because what she did for the NFL, the amount of women who started watching football games, started buying. Travis Kelce, her now husband or fiance or whatever, he had the #1 jersey sales out of everybody because of Taylor Swift. It's like, it's literally.
Okay, but I have a hot
I
take.
had
Can I
no
go ahead?
single-handedly-
idea.
Hold
He
on, hold on, hold on.
single-handedly brought in women into football.
No,
which
but
is like
no. Okay,
Which
hold
is the
on
one
right
audience they needed.
there. As a female live events performer, I need to pause you right then. I'll tell you why this is a problem. And I love Taylor. Ain't no bad blood over here, and we shake everything off, so we're good. But
That was great, Mom. You
Yeah.
made like 3 references. That was like, can we
yeah,
just? That was
1984
awesome.
also 1984.
Yes,
Yeah,
Mom.
baby, I know everything. Okay, I will tell you this. She definitely helped the NFL, and I hope she gets paid for it because I want all women to get paid. But the issue of women attending men's events is not a real issue. All the women that we know in real life, 9 out of 10 will capitulate to what their men want and enjoy and go there. The bigger issue is women bringing men to women's events. None of the men will go. They'll be like, "Oh, you do your girl thing."
What women
have been
events?
attending women have been attending NFL games to impress their male partners for ages. We don't like these things, but we go because the men will only go to support men events. Men will not go to support
I actually think
women
this is like
events.
the most false thing
And
ever
no,
for my
it's
generation.
not. Bridge, I'm telling you statistically, it's
Maybe
true.
for your generation, not for mine.
No,
What is this
what are you
your
talking
minded? What is
No,
true is
okay,
true.
give me
Because-
some
Oh,
stats.
first of all,
When
first of all,
men
what-
Men come to
dated
yoga
women,
classes.
how
Men
many
come to
men
yoga
come to
classes.
yoga classes
basketball
all the
games have you
time.
gone to?
Men, whenever
I've
I want a guy
personally
to come
been
to a
to
yoga
Pilates
class.
classes.
Yeah. No, I've never had an issue.
Men
with
do that
men
No,
all
no,
the
no.
time.
No.
Men
Hold
love-
on.
Zarna, give us
Hold
some examples. What women?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
Bridge
Didi-
says,
Didi was about to
Bridge
make a
says he
great point.
supports women's basketball. Has he gone to a Liberties game?
Do I ask? Okay, can you ask me another
Yes,
question now? Can you
Fine,
ask me?
we do want to
ask
go.
me-
We do want to
can
go.
you-
We have been
Can
trying
you
to figure
no,
out
no,
how
no.
to go.
Can you ask me how many of my female friends go to women's basketball games?
Okay, how many of your female friends go to basketball games?
How many do you
Women's
think?
basketball.
Women's basketball games.
Zero. Not a single girl that I'm friends with goes to women's basketball games at all. Zero. Not one.
Do they
Okay,
go to
and-
men's
zero.
basketball
And
games?
just to be clear, we
I go
are
to men's-
trying desperately to go to a women's New York Liberty games. We're desperate. We're trying to find every
Yeah.
contact. We're trying to buy tickets on a date that works because we want to. Bridge, are you telling me there's no imbalance? You're telling me there's no imbalance
Can you explain to me
of
what the imbalance would
women
be?
going to men's events, but men not going to women's events?
Men
what
go to
women's
women's
events?
events. I don't know what you're
Zarna.
talking. Men love going to yoga classes with their girlfriends. All of these things that like
No,
your generation
Taylor
might not
Swift
have.
was not Taylor Swift's audience. I guarantee you was 80-90% women. I guarantee you.
Yeah, it was.
So why aren't the men
Wait,
going there? When
men
women are
literally
going to
men were
U2,
literally
AC/DC,
proposing at
whatever
Travis.
those-
Wait, hold on. Men were literally proposing at Taylor Swift concerts. They were literally proposing like at her. She has one song where she says like "ring" or something. I don't know. And there was a huge trend of men literally proposing at that lyric of that song at Taylor Swift concerts. I don't know
Zarna,
what you're.
can you give an
think this is
example
like
of
a
what you're
made
saying?
up
Maybe
thing,
that,
like
that will
men-
illustrate the point better.
And
Shut
if
up,
you're
I'm
a
giving
man
so
and you
many
don't like to,
examples.
you haven't
Mom,
given an example of
Like
an
Mom,
women
event.
hold on.
What
will go
event?
to watch male comics that they hate because their husbands or boyfriends
Zarna,
like
how,
them.
how many times do I watch your
Comedy is a huge
comedy?
issue. Hold
But
on.
shut
hold
up,
on.
you come
on.
because of me. Don't pretend like you're out
Yeah,
there
you-
supporting
you-
every
yeah,
female
you-
comic.
Zoya, can you elaborate on that? That's not the reason why I
No,
go.
you're
Have I
going
not
for
said to
Mom.
you that it is uplifting? How many times have I said to you
No, you
that
are.
her comedy is really
you-
uplifting?
No, you like watching Mom because she's uplifting, but that does not mean that I've ever seen you
On your
go
own,
buy
would you
a
ever
ticket
have
to a
gone
female
to an
comedy.
Yes.
Indian middle-aged auntie comics
Dad,
show?
no.
it's
you
not
didn't know
about
me.
on your own.
Yeah.
It's not about on your own. You guys are completely shifting it. It's
No,
not
no, hold
about
on.
on your own.
Bridge,
It's
we're-
about if dad was dating somebody else and that somebody else wanted to go see a female comic, would dad go with them? That is the question.
That's a question. Or would he say, you go with your women friends? Go make a girls' night out of it.
But
I
I am
ask
the
you that.
previous generation, so maybe I'm not a good example.
And so what
But
I'm
would you
saying
answer
is that
no?
first of all, how
I
many men
probably
do
would say go
we
with your
see
women
so
friends.
many men come to your shows, Mom. So many.
It's new. No, it's true. But the imbalance remains, Bridge. Like chick flicks is a thing. That's why rom-coms died in movie theaters because the men will not show up. But the men will go for the 15th freaking
Veer
Transformer movie.
was watching the Sydney Sweeney Anyone But You movie with a girl that wanted to watch that movie.
Bridge,
Veer.
I'm telling you, the statistics speak for themselves. There are 10 Fast and Furious
Hold on,
movies,
what?
and we cannot get a second or third bridesmaids.
Hold on,
Like you help me
what?
understand it.
What?
That
Can
has
you
What?
nothing
repeat
to.
that? I
Hold on,
didn't follow.
Mom,
Can
you're
I-
changing.
we
You're changing the narrative so
reverse?
much. Hold on, Mom. You're changing the narrative so much from it being to like going to live events with your partner versus going to live
What?
events generally. Yes, there's an imbalance in the fact that I think more men go to live events than women do. That's why Fast and Furious is so huge. That's why football games are still persisting, basketball games, whatever. But I absolutely, for me and my personal environment, my context, I rarely see a girl like a guy not wanting to do stuff. I would even go as far to say as men secretly like when girls force them to go to their fun events with them. And they will literally do it like just because it's a really fun thing to do. I've been to Pilates classes. I hate Pilates. I've been to Pilates. Like every guy I know does it. I'll just leave it there. Every guy. Like I can't name one
Veer,
guy.
you
that I know
love
does
nodding.
that.
Do you
doing
agree with
that.
this?
Yeah. I do have to. I think it would be attractive in a woman if like she dragged you into her interests.
Wow, how do you talk like this? But this is so weird when we make such definitive or dumb
Wait,
statements.
but do you agree or do you disagree
What?
that it's attractive for a woman to drag you into her interests? You went to Pilates
Yeah.
class.
Obviously, I think that's a great trait in a girl.
You
Yeah.
went for that goat yoga or puppy yoga once.
I did
get
puppy
that.
yoga. I did
That-
do puppy yoga.
Okay,
yeah.
hold on. We all
did
all
do
love puppy yoga. Let's not throw shame on
No,
puppy yoga.
I don't
but
like
it's,
jog.
No,
it's a
I'm
I
not
have-
showing shame. I'm saying
I don't
he
even-
obviously didn't choose it. Somebody
I didn't.
chose
Yeah,
it.
I
and
had
he
no
went
interest in
along.
going to, and I went along. But that's what I'm saying. Men, it's not just me. I'm not the exception. Many men in my generation that I know would do that. Would do similar things.
Okay,
Zoya,
wait.
is that your experience?
For sure. Yeah. Men love feeling like they, did something to like especially if they like the girl. Are you kidding me? They're like, oh my gosh, like look at this, like we did this thing that she liked together. Like men, I don't think that's the problem with men at all in dating. Like I actually think that that's
Yeah,
usually-
I don't think that's the problem
Yeah.
at all.
Speaking of dating, though, I think that it would be a fun first, second, third date to go to a live experience with somebody together. Like, instead of doing something that's just so the same every time, like going to get food, like, I think it would be really fun to go to like a concert with someone
But
that
then
you're
who would
dating.
pay? Because it's expensive. Who's going to buy those tickets? The guy has to buy them, or you split it,
Who
or what do you do?
the new modern day theory is that the person who asks the other person out on the date has to pay for the date.
Whoa.
Which is always the guy, so the guy always has to pay.
Well, that's
Well,
not
that's-
true. That's
That
not
is so
true. Women
ridiculous.
ask guys out all the time now.
Bridge,
Women
is that
ask-
true?
I don't know. I haven't seen that, to be honest with you. But
I've
Didi's much
asked
more
guys
deep into
out.
that.
I've definitely asked guys out.
Veer, have you ever been asked out by a girl?
I don't remember.
Yes,
Probably.
you have. I know girls that have asked you out.
I've
Yeah.
seen girls ask you out, Bridge. What are you talking about? Every girl that slides into your
Okay,
DMs
hold on.
is
It's a
technically
lot
asking you out.
different. It's a lot different. Like at my age
different
versus
though.
a little bit
I also think
older,
it's
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I
There's
guess
a lot
that's
of
fair.
differences. But
I mean,
I
like,
think
this- so
Bridge,
the
You're
point.
in college. Are any girls asking you out? That's a good question. Like, if it's different, then is it really different in college? Which is where a lot of the dating stuff happens.
What?
Have
Are
girls
girls
asked
asking
out?
you out, Bridge? Yes or no? In college?
Well, I was in a relationship a whole until this
You've not
semester.
been one in 6 or 7 months now, right?
It
That's
has
a long
not
time.
been 6 or
What-
7
it has
months.
not
Okay,
been
how
6
long-
or
how
7
long
months.
has it been?
God.
How long
It's
has
been
it
like
been?
3 months.
That's a long time, including the holidays in between.
It's not that simple.
6, 7.
Okay, anyway, like coming back to live events, I will say that it was a very immigrant mentality to assume that they're all utterly useless. This is true.
I've been
You know what I
saying
mean?
that to you for Can you just admit here's how we should do this. Do you want to admit that many podcasts ago, and this is tracked through so many different podcasts if you're an avid listener, that going to live events is a worthwhile thing to do. And I've told you this so many times.
Okay, wait.
It's
Wait.
unbelievable.
Let's
Which-
contextualize it though.
which-
Let's contextualize it.
yeah,
I want to
yeah.
contextualize it because I did want to ask this question earlier. We had courtside seats at the Knicks game, and those are very expensive seats. Let's just give it a number. And they were gifted to us under this Zarna Garg family podcast. Again, we're very grateful. Let's say that each seat was 10K. Okay.
I don't think it's that much better.
Dad, let's say each seat was 10K. Bridge, if you had to take the 10K in cash or the experience of being able to watch this with your family, what would you do?
10K in cash, of course. But hold on.
So it's
See?
really
that-
hard. It's really hard. You
Wait,
cannot
that-
blame
Wait,
mom.
you guys are actually crazy.
No,
Why does it have
but-
anything
but-
to do with
but
10K seats
that's
though? You
valid.
don't need 10K
Okay,
seats.
Christmas Eve, if I'm putting a gift down for you guys, forget 10K. Fine, 10K is
Yeah.
extreme. Let's say $500, which is a very easily you're gonna spend even in middle of the row seats, right?
Mhm.
I can either leave $500 in cash or one Knicks ticket for one of you. What would you rather have?
If you said a Knicks ticket or 500, I would say 500. If you said a LeBron ticket or 500, I'd say a LeBron ticket. If you
and that-
said a Rolling Loud ticket or $500, I would say Rolling Loud ticket. Like it depends
So
on
there
what
are
the live
some
event
live
is.
events that
There
they
are live
prefer over
events that I would
quality.
100% be like, I don't get. If it was Rolling Loud, I would spend $1,000 and be like, you know what, this is worth it.
Interesting.
Veer, what were you about to say?
It brings a broader point of the fact that like we are a very bad example of people who are bigger fans of sports in smaller areas. Maybe for a small town in Washington, maybe they're a huge Wizards fan. There's a lot of small towns there. Maybe being able to see that thing is the one thing they can do to leave the suburbs and try and have a huge fun experience with tons of other people. And they're big fans. They just want that one ticket. Maybe they wouldn't want to see a Knicks game. They would want to see the Wizards game because they're huge fans of them now.
Do you understand the resistance? We can agree
Yeah,
to disagree,
yes,
but
we
you
can-
understand the resistance. And this is just games. There's so many live events out there. They're dangerous amusement parks. I've never gotten it. Never in my life will I let you guys. I will throw myself on the entrance. I'll throw my body on the entrance to make sure you guys don't enter. I hate those things. In theory, those
Wow,
are
how
live,
that's not a live?
family-friendly
Is that a
events.
live event? Amusement?
I don't
park?
think that's a live event.
I mean, but it is like a live adventure,
It's a
adventure, I guess.
ticketed event, I guess. But I will
Adventure.
say the one thing that really justifies live events is if you make it like a group experience, right? You would never get that ticket alone, knowing that, oh, you're not going with your family or you're not going with a friend or you're not going with a date, right? It actually does. And in a world where we're just increasingly apart, what makes me really happy actually is having gone on tour with mom now for what feels like over a year, but has been a couple of months. The most special thing is so many people that come to her shows have never been to a live show before, are moms who are coming with their daughters and coming with their grandmother, right? It's like intergenerational. And it's an experience that hopefully they will remember as a group together as something they did with each other. And that is a dwindling resource. So for those reasons, live events, you can never actually hate on them. And if anything, this sporting event made me feel like, oh my gosh, look at all these dads who are enjoying this event with their sons. Like maybe that is just the way that men like to watch entertainment together and that's how they bond. Like that's actually a very good thing. So
I mean, some of these live events can be networking events, like the US Open in the fall in September. It's a huge Wall Street networking event. It's a place where, you meet other people, you hang out with them, you end up, with so many other professionals. And I think it's worth it. It's really a great networking event to do that. And
I
it's
mean,
fun to watch
but
as well.
that brings up another point because we are a New York City family and US Open is a big thing here. It is such a big time commitment. It is such a big
Why?
time
Why is it a
commitment.
time
Like
commitment?
Bridge talks about Rolling Loud, but it was 3 days. I mean, who has fun for 3 days in a row? That's insane.
Well, US Open is like a movie, Hindi movie almost.
No, it's not a Hindi movie. It's out in Queens. The cars can't go all the way. You gotta
I mean,
take
I
a
take the
subway.
it's very well connected
There's
by
a
subway.
there's a long walk from the subway, and along the way there's a lot of opportunity to buy stuff. So you're gonna end up buying random shit. I mean, it is a big time commitment. I don't know. I mean,
I don't find the US Open that big a time commitment. I disagree with you. The subway is connected very well to Flushing. You get there, you get out of the subway, and yes, it's a little walk, but not a massive walk. And you get into the stadium, and it's a lot of fun. And you
and I
meet people
actually
that you know.
I think these soft points where you meet people are actually where really great relationships do come out. So it
Mhm.
is really interesting, Dad. That's a great point.
And only I came up with that point, not your mother.
okay,
Because I know
Shalab, you
very
came up
soon
with
she's
the
going to be
point.
like, I came up with that idea 10 years ago or 15 years ago, like she always does, as if every idea is hers, when it's not the case.
What is a live event that we're all in on this if this is to appear and we can buy it?
I would say the next Drake concert there is, I would really like to be there.
I would like to watch the Wimbledon live before life is over once.
Shalab, you chose Wimbledon over an India-Pakistan match?
I mean, yeah, that too, but like just the idea of, watching the Wimbledon live in the great British summer, it's just something that's always stood with me. And and with all the whites and everything, it just feels very, very nice and formal. I like to watch it once for the glamour value of it as much as the sporting value of it.
What would
As-
it be for you, Bridge?
It's definitely difficult.
Hold on,
definitely
wait, I have a question for Baya before. If Rolling Loud popped out that turned out they're doing another concert in New York, would you go? Like in a
obviously.
week?
Yeah.
With
Obviously,
the
I'd
full
go.
3-day time commitment, knowing that you have your own
There would
company
be
and
no
everything?
question about it. I'd go.
Okay.
Yeah, but they can't come to New York City because New York City is a logistical nightmare. But if I were to go to a live event, it would probably be to either see LeBron because this could be his last season, or some artist that I really like.
We're going to take a second to tell you about our sponsor for today's episode, Function Health. Stop guessing. Stop with the I think I'm fine. I think my heart is okay. I think my cholesterol is fine. You don't need to play the guessing game. Function Health makes it easy for you to get all the tests you need, keep all your data and documentation in one place, makes it easy for you to access all the things that you don't even know you can get. Like the cholesterol testing today in 2026 is so much more advanced than what we used to do 15 years ago. They can check minute details so you can stop playing the guessing game. It is time to take control of your health. It is time to get serious about it, and Function Health makes it so easy. It's all in one dashboard. I use it all the time. I recommend it to all the time. This is the gift to give to all your friends and family, the gift of managing their health in an easy to use format. Own your own health. Start with your heart. Function Health gives you access to 160 plus lab tests every year, including advanced markers for heart health, inflammation, stress, hormones, and toxins for $365 a year. That's $1 a day. Learn more and join using my link right now, functionhealth.com/Zarna. Use gift code ZARNA25 for a $25 credit towards your membership. Don't delay on your health. Stop playing the guessing game. This is a problem you will regret if you don't fix it in time. Right now, you can do something about it. We're making it cheap, we're making it accessible, and we're making it easy. There's no more excuses.
What about you, Zoya?
People are gonna hate on me for this, but I really want to go to Tony Robbins' Date with Destiny. Tara, my mentor, got me tickets to go, but because we were working so hard, she actually got them for my birthday. And I had been wanting to go so badly. And if you're not familiar with him, he's like this self-help life coach, but he's a genius and he's created incredible frameworks that have completely changed people's lives. And I really wanted to go, and Tara got it for me as my graduation gift, and I couldn't even go. So my ticket is on standstill. Like the ticket has still stood. And I'm going to be able to cash it the next time he's in the Bay Area. But that's another thing about live events, which I do think that Mom brings up a good point is, you have to time it correctly with your life, right? But that's the other thing that I think is important is there's never a good time. So you kind of just have to go. And that's why I was so grateful for those Knicks tickets is it forced us all to go. And it was so fun. It was genuinely, I think that's the most fun we've had as a family in like years, like actual fun. And so I really, really recommend it. It was great.
I think the most fun as a family I can remember is doing the dance at your mom's show.
That was
for the
really
Holi.
fun learning how
That's
to
how
dance.
they're preparing for it. And the fact that I outperformed all four of you, the fact that I was ahead of the four of you the whole time.
I don't remember it.
I mean,
like
everybody
that.
said that, Zarna. Everybody said that.
Nobody
Literally
said
everyone
that.
said that.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking about your audience and comments. I mean, like, we can
Everyone
ask the
did say
audience now.
that. Everyone did say that.
Thank you, San Francisco! Show me the first step. It's not boom and spin.
He got many little things wrong. Somebody tell him it's not one little thing. He got one little thing right. Give him an F right now and watch him crumble.
प्यारे प्यारे लम्हे प्यारी प्यारी बातें सपनों के दिन है सपनों की रातें
Let's start with high knees. Let's do some high knees, okay? Please get those high knees going. Listen, Beyonce
Oh my
does it.
God. Beyonce does it? Beyonce fucking does it. Let's go. It is downward dog. The dog is down. The dog is down.
जो है दिल की रानी उसको भी ज़बानी याद है फसाना मेरा झूठी ये जिंदगानी सो नचले नचले all
see where all the money is going? It is going in the dance. Because who needs the jokes? Apparently, everybody wants to see us dancing. Actually, me, but I'll get them along if you want.
Mom,
What
what
are you
about
talking
you?
Bridge? That's
Y-
not true.
You didn't answer the question.
What's the question?
What's a
That
live
must
event
be
that you would actually go to if you could? A ticketed event.
You know, I've loved Bollywood songs my whole life, but I don't know, I'm too antsy. I don't like the idea of spending that many hours anywhere. I don't like big venues. I don't like big stadiums in general. Like,
and
I
you are about to
haven't,
perform at the Beacon Theater in
I
a month's
know,
time.
I mean, and I go crazy trying to make sure the experience is good for my audience. Like, I really do. The people who book me are always upset that I get into so many details to make sure that all the details are done right for my audience. I I can't think of a live event that I'm like I'm dying to go. Like there's none of that. Like I enjoy my music in my AirPods and not even AirPod this one, whatever this is called, the wired headphone. And there's nothing like when I think of live events, I only think of lots and lots of work and tragedy. And like I think of like we're saying, I want to go to a Drake concert scares me. Rolling Loud, don't even get me started. 3 days is like my brain can't even compute. My brain can't even like, fathom going to
But
listen to
I'm an
anybody.
adult now, so it wouldn't
Yeah,
even
I
be an
know.
issue.
I get it, but I'm saying for me to understand it, it's a lot. I don't even know what Rolling Loud is. One person, it's a lot of people. I don't even know it's a festival, what it is. But none of it sounds exciting to me. But I will admit that going to a Knicks game was fun. It was fun. So I feel like I need to push myself out into the comfort zone. But there's something, you know what it
You mean
is?
out of the comfort zone, not into the comfort zone.
Okay, whatever, shut up.
I mean, like, seriously, at least say what you want to say.
I'm going to say something that's a very, very hot take. As an Indian woman who grew up in India, a big part of being an Indian woman living in India is protecting yourself at all times. Because you're living in a constant state of somebody touching you, somebody harassing you. You go into a public bus or a public train, which we all did growing up. Somebody pinched you, somebody tried to cop a feel. Going to venues where there's lots of people is voluntarily not for work or life purposes. I think has put I'm actually working this out as we're shooting this episode because why am I so scared? But I lived in that fear my whole life. My whole life I was taught like wear a tight jacket, like stay close to your body. So the idea of going to an event where there's so many and lot of men, especially sporting events, there's something about it that makes me extremely anxious and triggers me.
Has that
Now, I'm not
experience
going to go to a
happened to
therapist to
you?
work this out, but if there's a therapist watching and thinks this is some kind of a phobia, like feel free to give free therapy in the comments, please. But I did think that the Knicks game was a lot of fun. And actually, MSG as a venue was very organized, extremely organized. Like I thought it would be all chaotic with thousands of people. I don't know what I was imagining. I was imagining the Kumbh Mela. Do you remember, Shalab, the Kumbh Mela in India?
I
Where
have never been to
thousands
the
and
Kumbh Mela.
thousands of
I've
Hindu
heard about
priests.
it.
I've been to a Kumbh Mela as a child. My parents took me. My brother actually took me. It was so chaotic. I was terrified that I was going to lose him and get lost forever. Kids get lost in the Mela, which is like a big outdoor religious event. Kids get lost and never find their parents in those things. Actually, that was a plot line for a lot of 80s and 90s movies that I grew up with. I
I mean,
think a
that
lot
was
of
poor judgment from your brother's standpoint to take a little girl to the Kumbh Mela. Like, seriously?
millions of Indian families go. Do you not know
Yeah, but
this?
then as a whole group and a big family, so you can feel protected.
Yeah, but families get displaced in those things. Like kids get lost. Do you not remember all these movies where the kid is wearing a locket and he's lost and he finds his brother at 35 or 40
Okay,
with the other
can I
half of
ask
the missing locket?
can I ask Dad a question and then
Yeah.
we'll get into Goodreads with Gargs. Dad, I want to ask you for people, whether they're young adults or older people, for just the general population who wants to attend lots of live events and wants just really likes to do these things, whether it's Rolling Loud or basketball game or any of the such. What can they do? How can they treat the event? What can they do before, after, etc.? How can they treat this event to make the most out of it financially? And how does it affect real living for the average person?
I mean, look, from a financial standpoint, it is money out of pocket. The one thing I can advise is that where possible, try to buy those tickets through the business that you're in, because then you can take tax deduction on it. So if you can show that event as a team building event or an event that, so if you're self employed, let's say a lot of people in our great nation are self employed, right? Either as a doctor, as a lawyer, or a CPA, or an entertainer, or any such thing, then buy it as through your business. If you buy any of these tickets through that business and then take your family or your friends, then that is a business expense that you incur. So you save half of the money against it. Otherwise, try to attend it. If you work for a big company on Wall Street, which is a lot of my colleagues do, then a lot of the companies, whether it's JP Morgan or otherwise, they have booths. They have self-paid for tickets where you can attend that as part of those booths. So reach out to your folks at your work and try to arrange it through them, and you can save a lot of money that way as well. They will still charge you, but because it got charged through your firm, you'll get it at a much lower price than you would. The worst way would be to pay it out of pocket on after-tax dollars that you paid on a W-2 salary. I mean, I do a consulting how to go over these things. You're welcome to reach out to me to sort of review your options in that way. But that's the thing I would agree. And lastly, try to have fun. Stay through the end. Don't leave early. Do not spend on the memorabilia at the event because it's the most expensive to do it that way. Buy those things, through
I
either.
so disagree with that. I think if you're gonna go, you should enjoy the experience. Like I really, really disagree with that. Like I do think it's really, really smart what you just said that you should do it through your business. And I do know that if you're in a corporate situation, there are a lot of teams that have budgets set aside for these kinds of team building events, and you can propose, we should go to this event. We've had people and businesses do that for mom's live comedy shows where they've proposed, oh, we should use budget to like get tickets to this show. And we've seen those companies send their employees to the show. So you should propose that, and we hope to see you at a show. But I think if you're going to go to an experience and not enjoy that experience for what it is and like hold yourself back from like buying merch and all this stuff, like I disagree with that a little bit, Dad. Not I think you should budget hopefully to like actually enjoy yourself and not be like freaking out over every penny, because otherwise you're not going to enjoy the experience. You're just going to be thinking about like all the different things that you could have done or didn't do. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Like if you're going to eat the chocolate cake, you should eat the chocolate cake. You shouldn't just like eat one nibble and then be like, oh my God, like what if I have another nibble? You know,
Eat the cake. I mean, yes.
even though as a family, Dad, are you participating?
What the F is that supposed to mean?
Are you
I just
participating? You haven't had sugar, right?
Oh, I'm not participating in that competition. No,
Oh, okay.
I didn't understand your question. Sorry.
Okay. Well, I mean, that was pretty aggressive for having
We have a
on your-
Garg family competition underway where 4 of us have agreed not to eat sugar in 2026.
And I could not participate in it because I can't give up alcohol right now. It's just very hard for me.
So yeah, so
do have-
dad's out of the running, but all of us have agreed. We've all put something up that's very, very important to us. If we break it. So if Veer breaks it, he has to play Catan with us uninterrupted for like 72 hours, which is something that would be amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Bridge, if he breaks it, what was your punishment?
I have to go on an unlimited amount of walks.
Oh yeah, he has to go on an unlimited amount of family walks, which he absolutely does not love doing unlimited, but Mom and I love forcing him to walk. If I break it, I'm not allowed to talk about my anxiety or my romantic problems
Or ask for validation. And he
ask
just
for
basically like
validation. I basically can't talk
Yeah.
for 72 hours
essentially.
and annoy the family. And if Mom breaks it, she has to give up alcohol.
Wait, is that what we agreed? Give up alcohol?
Yeah.
But
no
then why
wine.
can't Dad do it? Dad's not doing it because of the alcohol.
Well, Dad, would you do it aside from the alcohol? Like, would you do
I
the
would do
challenge?
it besides alcohol.
Yeah, so that's fair. Just do it aside from the alcohol. Let's just let him do that. And then if you fail, you're giving up Netflix for a
I
year.
mean, I don't drink
Yeah.
Netflix.
For a
Make
year.
him
A
give
year
up
is
Netflix.
ridiculous.
Yes,
No
No, he
Netflix
said
for 2
agreed.
months.
No,
He agreed for a
forget
year.
the
He
alcohol.
agreed for a year.
Forget the alcohol. He has to give up his phone and watching anything on his phone. Yes, that's
Phone
the
is
punishment.
work, Zarna. I cannot give up on the phone.
Your work is fine. You will give you a laptop with Bloomberg on it. No,
I
no
can carry
streaming.
it in the subway, the laptop, and then like I
No,
have an
but no
important job.
streaming.
Why are we
All your streaming
complicating it?
apps will be gone.
Why are we
No,
But
complicating
no,
it?
Netflix, I
make
will
it-
give up Netflix.
Bridge,
Yeah, give up.
make that the punishment.
Yeah, you give up Netflix for a year.
Understood. But I'm not
A
giving up
whole
alcohol.
year,
Bridge.
wow.
Is that acceptable?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. because alcohol has sugar, as you know, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the
Everything
Anyway,
else is fine.
as
Everything else is off
okay,
limits.
all right. Oh my god, I got so heated in that last 1 minute that I didn't see coming. Live events are a live wire topic in the Garg family because to go to not to go, what is worth it? What seat will you pay for? Do you just want to be in the room? Do you have to have the best seats in the house? Do you buy merch? Do you buy the cotton candy? So many decisions, and I'm sure we're not the only family dealing with it. We're sure you're dealing with it too. So tell us what you're doing. What have you spent money on? What you found worth it? What you didn't think was worth it? Have you ever gifted live events? Have you ever received live events? How did you feel when you received those instead of the jacket that you were hoping to get? Whatever your story is, we want to hear it. We're watching on every platform. Please like, comment, and share this episode. And as we end every episode with a round of good grades with Garg, so too we are going to end this episode with a round of good grades with Gargs, where each Garg gives another Garg a winning A grade for the moment of the episode, entertaining, enlightening, or just the moment that stood out. So who wants to go first?
My A grade is going to Dad for recognizing that a lot of live sporting events are networking events. We should have expanded on that topic more. That could be its own episode on networking, but you are absolutely correct. And I thought that was incredibly observant.
Thank you.
I'm also going to give my A grade to Dad. I really liked your response to my question because I think that a lot of people answer questions very broadly to kind of get around it, but you gave a concrete solution that can just be used. Like it just like if you're working somewhere, ask the place, make a request. Like it's very easy, it's like very you can put it into action.
Oh, I so agree with that.
Bridge?
This is the advantage of having a corporate career all your life. So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm gonna
All right.
give my A grade to Dad as well. I think that he made some
Oh
very,
my
very
God.
strong points about what a I also think it's interesting to hear about what he wishes he had for a live event as a child, what he wants to do now, and then how he views live events overall.
All right, I'm gonna give my A grade to Veer. Actually, sorry, I take that back. Sorry, I didn't mean to say Veer. I'm gonna give my A grade to Bridge for the 3-day concert that he really enjoyed. In general, it's not something I would have done at 20 to go out for a 2-3 day event, stay
He
somewhere.
did it at 16 actually. So
At 60. So, but I think it's fantastic that he enjoyed it. Was it part of a group, Bridge? Several people,
Yes.
and you learn a lot about accommodating other people because everybody has different needs and desires, and he did that. I was not social that way, and I'm really happy that he is.
Okay, I'm going to give my A grade to Bridge also because he has been lobbying for live events
Yeah.
ever since ever. And he's been trying to convince me for a long time. And he's been like trying to bring evidence and bring like a whole PowerPoint presentation on why this is something we should be doing. And I kept denying it. And then I did it. And he may have not been completely wrong. And I regret not having listened to him earlier. And for that reason,
That's not the second man in your life that you didn't listen to.
okay, shut up. Okay,
Um,
we're gonna get into like relationship between me and Shalab on another episode. But this has been our episode of live events, to go, to not to go, what is worth it, what's not worth it. Please tell us what you think. Please help us grow. We love being your digital family. Please like, share, and subscribe this episode. Open up this discussion with your family. I guarantee you there's surprises waiting in store with your wife, husband, kids, grandparents, parents, uncles, aunties. And until we meet again, everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye.